Hey guys, wanted to do an update on the Tamiya Ford Mustang GT4. I've been working on that kit for the last 2 days and have not came across the problem yet. It just goes to show how well the new tool is and the design that Tamiya has done. Right here is so far the mock-up of the chassis, the roll cage and everything. In the instructions they show that you need to glue down the back piece and the two side pieces first, not the top, not this piece. And the reason being, I think even this front piece, that's a front piece there too, they wanted you to glue it to the base and have the seat in and all that. But if you guys eventually get this kit or have this kit and building it along with me, you can glue this whole roll cage without doing that. And there's enough flex in this front where you could just flex it just a little bit for that dash to get that in and out. So that way you can paint it exactly the colors you want and not have a problem. And if you do that, make sure you glue in the mirror holder. That's actually up there. It's kind of hidden in there. That way you can get a nice paint on that. Now, if you look closely, you'll see that there is, so it's like a tube clamp, how they actually make that, so it could have been a different color. I might hand paint that black, I don't know, but it's so much better to have it glued with the Tamiya set. And as you can tell, usually I have a backdrop and all that in my videos. So excited to actually get this one going. I don't want to take time away from building the model and clean up my bench. So I'm just gonna go all the way like this. So the fit of the inner pan to this is excellent. It locks in. There's a black piece that actually goes here that's like a plastic piece in real life. So I'll have the steel look. I have that'll match the dashboard. Now the dashboard has tons of detail in it. You can see it a lot better now that it's not on the tree. So all these are buttons and switches, and they do have decals that come with it. I don't know if I'm going to attempt to see if I get that decal set to sit down, or am I going to just hand paint that. But there's so nice a detail in there. Them vents look like you can just push them and open them up and adjust them. But so there's that. Now I'll actually sit right there in that center console. I also had to do some detail painting in here yet. So I'll probably paint this piece silver, or paint the main piece black, and then have silver attached brackets. I think I'm going to try to find some real pictures online to see what color that's actually painted. See if it's one molded piece of black plastic with them brackets, or see if it's all aluminum. And then I gotta paint this as well. I think that one's black. So there's that. For the bottom pan, this is all one piece. I went with a silver look because the main body color I'm going with is going to be a silver metallic, just like this. So since it's a unibody, it would all be painted the same color. So I'm going to have this, the main body color, and then the suspension and all that is called out black. So there should be a lot of contrast into that. I was looking for other things that needed to be detailed out, but I didn't see any on here. I think all the extra detailed pieces are actually separate parts around the other parts. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. But with this color scheme, I'm not going to tell you guys. I want to see if you guys can figure it out. See if it's as obvious as I think it is, or what kind of idea I'm going with that. This is the racing seat. Now normally these are black or red. I'm going to make it a leather color, and it's going along the theme. The back is masked off because I'm going to use the antique bronze color, which is that right there. Kind of give it a little bit of a carbon fiber look. Something different than just flat black. And then with, like, this is the door panel, but that's the color I'm going to go with the back of the seat. I mean, a nice contrast that way. Not everything's all the same color. But these would normally be carbon fiber in those cars. And then I'm going to, it calls for detail in the door handle silver, which I want to do. But I want to see if this insert panel is metal as well, or if it's all one piece. So there's the base color, and those mounting in right here. I was really debating on cutting the doors out of the body and trying it that way. I really have not done too many like that, and I don't really want this one to be all screwed up because of that. So there's that. The wheels, I gotta wash them up. I'm going to paint these gunmetal. I'm going to use the Tamiya gunmetal color, so I'm going to airbrush these. So I gotta wash these up and get them painted up. They do have the difference in the front and the rear. The front, I think these are the rear. The rear are more flat and the front is dished in. Could be the other way around. Don't take my word for it. The brakes give a little bit more of a detailed view. I'm going to try to put a lot of detail into these. They molded them with a lot of detail. Like even there is the brand logo. I can't remember what brand these ones are. I don't know if it says on there. Might be the Brembro brand. But I'll do the discs in the steel color. These I might do red. I'll have to look up and see. Sometimes they're in a gold color. And then I'm going to do the brakes in that red that the roll cage is in. So I've got a lot of masking to do on that. So I'm probably going to spray them silver first. The silver that the actual rotor is going to be. And then I will mask everything up and spray the red, because the silver will amplify the color of the red. And then I'll paint that center hub. But hopefully you get to see those real well through the wheel. I think if I put all that detail on the paint, that it'll actually show up quite well through them nice rims. For more of the other painted parts, some of the assemblies. Now this one don't have a full motor, but it does have a partial motor in the kit. So this is pretty much the assembly for the motor and trans. I'm sure eventually they're going to have a resin kit to make this a full engine. But for now, I'm not going to cut that hood open and all that, because there is some detail in that, but not enough. I don't want to scratch build a bunch of stuff for it, but that will end up sitting in there like that. So you would have to do a lot of extra work on that. But I think the engine, I'm going to weather it differently, maybe give it a thin coat of a different metal color, just to have the separation of the colors on that. For all the carbon fiber parts, I did just give them a coat of that aged bronze. Turned out really good. Like this piece here is the bottom. And a lot of the other race cars, you know, the Corvette, the last one they had from Revell, their bottoms were pretty much flat. I think Ford GT40, I think that one had a little tiny bit of detail, but nothing like this. You had that piece, and then this is another one of the bottom pieces. This goes on the rear. I assembled the wing completely, so I'm going to do some detail painting on it. But like these pieces, I said they're glued to the body. So what I did, I had it sitting on the body on them spots, and then I glued these in there and adjusted it that way. So that way I make sure that's sitting flat. And then I'll paint these probably silver. And then I should have left these pieces off and painted them red. But I wanted it kind of strong. I didn't want to super glue it and have it giving me that problems. So I might mask it the best I can and try to hit it with that red. We'll see. There is a carbon fiber decal that sits on top, but it only sits on top. It don't wrap around like some of the other kits I've had. But that still looks pretty good. And I more likely will use it because there's kind of a weird spot in the plastic that kind of moved the paint a little bit. I didn't want to put this aged bronze on real thick, because if you put this on real thick, it kind of has a weird effect to it. It's not a hammer coat, but it kind of wants to act like it. So I left it thin. The base was plastic already, so I kind of just did it like a candy coat, where it was nice and clear, thin. And here is the rear bottom piece. It's got some great details. I have to look up some reference photos and see how I'm going to paint them spots, see if they're just all that color. Maybe I'll just put a wash in it. We'll see. There is the rear end. I am going to do some detail painting on the rubber boots. Might make these shafts a different color, and then I'll probably paint that a different color as well. Haven't decided. As I look through the paints and see how everything's starting to go together. So for the hood, I have these louvers. I'm going with a flat black. So I won't get to see how those look installed until the very end, after the body's cleared. And then the rear end assembly will sit into this and go on there. And they were nice enough to include these hood latches. So those are flat black as well. Those won't go into the very end. After the clear coat. So I got most of the stuff off the trees. I have most of the base color down on everything. And like I said, this kit's going together very well. This is the body. I just masked it off and did the hood. So I got the hood, that green. The rest of the body under the tape is actually that silver color. One thing you got to do with the metallic silvers, if you're going to do it on a body, give it one good coat, not real thick. Wet sand it and give it another coat, and it makes it look a million times better. I'm hoping with all this tape going on it and coming off, it don't affect it. If I was too scared of doing this, what I could have done was give it a clear coat, but I didn't want to load this up too thick of paint, so just gonna cross my fingers Once I take the tape off, I'll see I can mask everything else off. I got to do some more painting on the back. So I'm not going to do this with any decals. I am going to try to use a Cricut to cut masking tape, which some people have done on Facebook. And I'm going to use that as a mask and do my own decals that way. But I figured a lot of people probably want to see how this thing's going together since this is a new tool. And I got lucky enough to get one right away. And I'm glad to show you guys. After you see the colors of the roll cage and all that, and the body, I'm trying not to, tell you too much. But what would be fun is if you guys would comment on this and see what I'm going for. See if you guys can guess it and figure it out. I'm sure you can. Alright, I'm going to get back at it, and I'll post this up as soon as I can. And you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.